Gentlemen, I need your full attention right now, because if you are over 60 and taking turmeric to support your prostate, reduce inflammation, or improve urinary flow, there is a very real possibility that you are accidentally making your prostate condition worse. Not slightly worse, significantly worse. I have seen men come into my clinic believing turmeric was protecting them, while the way they were using it was silently increasing nighttime bathroom trips, weakening their stream, and escalating inflammation inside the prostate. And they had absolutely no idea why their symptoms kept getting worse, even though they were doing everything they thought was right. You know that feeling of getting up 3, sometimes 4 times a night, shuffling half asleep to the bathroom, standing over the toilet waiting and praying for something to happen, wondering why your body no longer listens to you, or that sinking moment when you feel pressure and fullness, but the flow is slow, hesitant, broken apart into little spurts, and deep down, the fear that one day you won't be able to control it at all. That fear is real. It eats away at confidence, independence, manhood, and sleep. Here is the part no one ever tells you. 2 men can take the exact same turmeric, the same dose, the same supplement, yet one experiences relief and the other gets absolutely nothing. And the reason has nothing to do with the turmeric itself. The shocking truth is that combining turmeric with 3 very common foods can completely destroy its healing power and ignite the exact inflammation you are trying to calm. But if you stop mixing turmeric with those 3 foods and instead use the correct strategy I will share today, your prostate can begin to calm within 24 hours, and meaningful relief can begin quickly. And at the end of this message, I will show you exactly how to do it safely and effectively. My name is Dr. Mohit Kara, and for more than 30 years I have helped men over 60 regain control, confidence, and comfort in their everyday lives. Let's begin. Before we continue, if prostate health matters to you and you want practical guidance tailored specifically for men over 60, take a moment to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another lesson that could truly change your life. And let me know you're here and engaged. Type 1 in the comments. If this message resonates with you, or type 0 if you feel I should cover a topic that speaks more directly to your needs. Your voice shapes what we talk about next. Now, let's get precise. Because if you're using turmeric today, what I'm about to show you could mean the difference between real relief and months of frustration. Let's begin with why turmeric is so powerful for the aging prostate in the first place. 1. Why turmeric matters for men over 60. Let me start with something that may surprise you. The biggest reason most men over 60 struggle with prostate discomfort is not aging, not genetics, and not even hormones. The real reason is chronic, silent inflammation that quietly builds inside the prostate year after year, slowly tightening the muscles around the urinary tract, shrinking the opening where urine should flow freely, and triggering those desperate nighttime bathroom trips that steal your sleep and your peace. It happens so gradually that many men do not notice the danger until suddenly their independence and dignity feel threatened. And for millions of men, turmeric has become the one natural tool they turn to for help. Not because it is trendy, but because when used properly, it has the extraordinary ability to calm inflammation deep inside the prostate where traditional medications often struggle to reach. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory substances found in nature. Think of it as a quiet but determined firefighter, sent into the burning building of your inflamed prostate to put out the flames that have been spreading for years. When curcumin reaches that tissue, it can help ease swelling, reduce pressure, and allow urine to flow more freely. Many of my patients describe the feeling as if someone finally loosened a tight fist inside their pelvis. Suddenly, they sleep longer without interruption. They wake up with more energy. Their confidence returns. They feel like themselves again. And all of that happens not from masking symptoms, but from addressing the environment inside the prostate that is causing those symptoms in the first place. I have watched men break down in my office, not from pain, but from the frustration of feeling betrayed by their own body. Men who once hiked mountains or built entire careers now measuring life by bathroom distance. Men who fear long drives, who avoid dinners with friends, who quietly wonder if intimacy is becoming just a memory. They come searching for anything that will give them back even a piece of what they have lost. And when turmeric is used correctly, there is real reason to hope. It can help restore comfort, improve circulation, and support healthy prostate function in ways medication alone often cannot. But here is the part almost no one realizes. The healing potential of turmeric is only real if your body can access it. And the shocking truth is that most men absorb barely 1% of the curcumin they take. The remaining 99% is wasted, flushed away before it ever reaches the prostate where it is desperately needed. And even worse, the wrong food combination can turn turmeric from a powerful healing tool into something completely useless or even harmful. If that sounds alarming, it should be, because understanding why this absorption problem happens is the key to everything that follows. In the next section, I will reveal exactly why most men lose 99% of turmeric's power and how this hidden problem silently steals results that should be life-saving. Stay with me, because what comes next may completely change the way you use turmeric forever. 2. The 1% absorption problem. Here is a truth that shocks almost every man when I say it out loud. Even if you take turmeric every single day, even if you buy the most expensive supplement on the shelf, even if you believe you are doing everything right, your body may be absorbing only 1% of the curcumin you swallow. Just 1%. That means 99% of the healing power you are counting on never reaches your bloodstream, never reaches your prostate, and never has a chance to do its job. It is like pouring water onto a burning house and watching almost all of it spill onto the ground before a single drop touches the fire, and all the hope you placed in turmeric quietly slips through your fingers without you ever knowing why. This is why so many men tell me the same story. They start taking turmeric expecting relief, expecting fewer bathroom trips, expecting a stronger stream and less pressure. Weeks go by. Nothing changes. They increase the dose. They switch brands. They spend more money. They wait. But the nights are still broken. The urgency still hits at the worst moments. And the fear that things are only getting worse grows heavier. I can see the discouragement in their faces when they sit across from me. The look of someone wondering if they have run out of options, if their body has already made its decision, and it hurts, because deep down, they don't need a new miracle. They need to understand why the tools they already have are failing them. The reality is that curcumin is extremely difficult for the body to absorb on its own. It does not dissolve easily in water. It breaks down too quickly in the digestive system. It struggles to cross into the bloodstream where it can reach the prostate. So the curcumin simply passes through, unused, wasted, and all the while inflammation continues to grow like smoke filling a room with no oxygen. And here is the part that makes this problem even worse. The digestive system of a man over 60 is not the same as when he was 30. The lining of the gut is thinner. Enzyme levels change. Absorption naturally becomes weaker with age. So the very moment in life when you need curcumin most is the moment when your body is least capable of using it. But there is something even more critical that few men ever hear. Not only does the body struggle to absorb curcumin, but certain foods can actively block what little absorption is possible, destroying its benefits before they even begin. The wrong pairing can take an already tiny 1% and reduce it to 0. And instead of calming inflammation, the combination can ignite it. In a moment, I'm going to show you the 3 specific foods that turn turmeric into the enemy. The foods that silently sabotage your prostate and make your symptoms worse. Most men eat these foods every day without the slightest clue what they are doing to themselves. When you learn what they are, everything will make sense. Stay with me, because the first one is sitting in nearly every kitchen in America right now. 3. Food number 1 to never mix with turmeric: industrial seed oils. Let me start with a warning that may feel uncomfortable, but it needs to be said clearly. The very first food that you must never combine with turmeric is likely in your kitchen right now, sitting quietly on a shelf, pretending to be harmless. And for many men, this single ingredient is the reason turmeric never works, the reason inflammation intensifies instead of calming, and the reason prostate symptoms keep getting worse no matter how much turmeric they take. I am talking about industrial seed oils, corn oil, soybean oil, cottonseed oil, sunflower oil, and the hidden versions of these oils found in salad dressings, mayonnaise, processed snacks, and most restaurant cooking. These oils are everywhere, and they are silently inflaming the bodies of millions of men every single day. Most men never think twice about the oils used to cook their food. Why would they? A bottle says healthy, or heart-friendly, or zero cholesterol, so it must be safe. But here is the truth. These oils are extremely high in omega-6 inflammatory fats that trigger powerful growth and inflammation signals in the body, the same biological pathways that drive prostate enlargement and irritation. And when these oils enter your system at the same time as turmeric, they create a biochemical war. Curcumin tries to calm inflammation, while the oils are aggressively turning it back on. The result is not balance, it is chaos. I wish you could see what I have seen. Men coming into my office exhausted, embarrassed, and defeated, telling me they have done everything right, eaten clean, exercised, taken turmeric faithfully, and yet they are still waking up 3 and 4 times a night, still straining to begin a stream, still feeling that heavy pressure that never quite goes away. They don't understand why relief never comes. Some start to believe nothing can help them, that this is just the punishment of age. But then we change one thing. We remove industrial seed oils from their meals, and suddenly their body no longer works against itself. It is like opening a window in a smoke-filled room. For the first time in years, the healing has a chance to begin. Your prostate cannot defend itself when inflammation is constantly being fueled. And turmeric cannot help you if every dose is being drowned in the firestorm created by these oils. It is the equivalent of pouring clean water into dirty gasoline. The explosion cancels everything good. If you take turmeric with a meal that contains these oils, you are not just wasting it, you are reversing its purpose. No man deserves to fight that silent battle without knowing why. And here is the twist most men never expect. There is a healthier type of fat that does the exact opposite, one that transforms turmeric from weak and ineffective into something the body can finally use. In the next section, I will show you how the right kind of fat can act like a delivery truck, carrying curcumin directly to the prostate, where it can begin real healing. This next piece may be the missing link you have been searching for. Stay with me. 4. Food number 2 to never mix with turmeric: charred and processed meats. What I am about to say may shock you, because it goes against what many men believe is a strong and healthy choice. The second food you must never combine with turmeric is charred or heavily processed meats, those blackened steaks, crispy bacon strips, high-heat grilled wings, or fast food burgers cooked until the edges are burned. I know these foods carry emotional weight for many men. They remind us of summer barbecues, family gatherings, football nights, and simple pleasures shared with people we love. But when it comes to prostate health, these foods can quietly and powerfully sabotage your body's ability to heal, especially when eaten alongside turmeric. When meats are cooked at extremely high temperatures, they form dangerous compounds called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These AGEs act like toxic sparks inside your cells, triggering massive oxidative stress and inflammation the moment they enter the body. For a man over 60 already fighting chronic inflammation around the prostate, this reaction is like throwing gasoline onto an already smoldering fire. And here is the cruel part. If you consume turmeric at the same meal, the tiny amount of curcumin your body manages to absorb must immediately abandon its mission to support your prostate and instead rush to put out the emergency created by the burned meat. It never reaches the prostate. It never delivers the relief you were counting on. All that effort, all that hope, gone in a single meal. I have watched strong, disciplined men look defeated because they could not understand why their symptoms kept getting worse. Men who seasoned their steak with turmeric, believing they were doing something good for their body, men who prayed each night for just one stretch of uninterrupted sleep, men who feared a silent progression they could no longer control. The disappointment in their eyes is something I never forget. And when we finally uncovered the truth together, many felt heartbreak because they realized their efforts were not wrong, they were simply being canceled by the foods they paired them with. If you feel that pain, you are not alone. I have seen men transform their lives by making one shift, lowering the heat, abandoning charring, choosing gentler cooking, and separating turmeric from high-heat meats. And when they did, something remarkable happened. Their body no longer fought against itself. Their sleep improved. Their stream strengthened. Their confidence returned. Healing finally had space to begin. But there is a third food, far more common, far more dangerous, and far more deceptive than charred meat. A food that wears a mask of being healthy and even comforting. And this one does more damage to turmeric's power than anything else on your plate. In the next section, I am going to reveal the food most men consume every morning without realizing it is quietly fueling inflammation and stealing the relief they deserve. Keep watching. This next discovery may shock you more than anything yet. 5. Food number 3 to never mix with turmeric, refined sugars, and sugary foods. I need you to hear this next warning with absolute seriousness, because for many men over 60, this is the silent trigger that turns turmeric from a healing tool into a dangerous mistake. The third food you must never combine with turmeric is refined sugar and sugary foods. Breakfast cereals, muffins, pastries, sweetened lattes, bottled teas, syrupy golden milk, and the hidden sugars found in almost every convenient snack. And here is the shocking truth. Mixing turmeric with sugar is like pressing the gas pedal and the brake at the same time. You go nowhere, and the engine burns out. Sugar is one of the strongest dietary triggers of inflammation known to medicine. The moment refined sugar enters the bloodstream, it causes a sharp spike in blood glucose and insulin. That spike signals the release of inflammatory messengers that spread through the body like sparks leaping from a fire. And if you take turmeric at the same time, the curcumin does not get to support your prostate. It is immediately forced into emergency response, fighting the inflammation caused by the sugar instead of calming the inflammation inside your prostate, the inflammation that wakes you up at night, weakens your stream, and steals your peace. I have sat across from men who looked defeated when they discovered this truth. Men who were trying so hard to make healthy choices, starting their day with a golden latte loaded with syrup because they believed it was healing men who sprinkled turmeric into sweet oatmeal, believing they were doing something noble for their body, only to watch their symptoms grow worse. They could not understand why they felt more pressure, more urgency, more burning, more nighttime interruption. They thought they had failed. They thought their body had given up. Some even feared they were beyond help. What they did not know was that the sugar was undoing everything they were trying to repair. Sugar feeds inflammation the same way oxygen feeds fire, and inflammation is the fuel behind prostate swelling and urinary discomfort. It is not age alone that creates the suffering. It is the inflammatory environment, and when sugar is part of the equation, turmeric cannot protect you. It is defeated before it even begins. But here is the hope you must hold on to. When sugar is removed from the picture, turmeric's power changes dramatically. I have watched men experience relief in days simply by separating turmeric from sugary foods and choosing alternatives that nourish, not damage. Their sleep improved, their urgency faded, their confidence returned, and their fear loosened its grip because progress finally began. And now that you understand the 3 foods that silently destroy turmeric's healing capacity, it's time to talk about something far more uplifting. Because there are foods that do the exact opposite. Foods that supercharge turmeric, dramatically increase its absorption, and help curcumin reach the prostate where it can do real work. In the next section, I will show you the first natural partner that can multiply turmeric's benefits and change everything. Do not miss this. Your breakthrough may begin here. 6. The first powerful partner: fresh pineapple and bromelain. Let me begin this section with something that may astonish you. The difference between turmeric failing you and turmeric transforming your prostate health is not always about dosage, purity, or brand. Sometimes, the key lies in something as simple as a piece of fresh fruit. And the first powerful partner that can dramatically increase the effectiveness of turmeric is fresh pineapple, specifically the natural enzyme inside it called bromelain. If you have ever wondered why some men feel a dramatic improvement from turmeric while others feel nothing at all, bromelain may be the missing answer. Bromelain has a unique ability to support the lining of the digestive tract, helping it open temporary pathways that allow far more curcumin to enter the bloodstream. Instead of watching 99% of turmeric wash away unused, bromelain helps unlock the door, guiding curcumin directly into circulation where it can travel to the prostate and begin the work it is meant to do. This is not theory. I have watched patients who struggled for months suddenly feel meaningful relief simply by pairing turmeric with a small serving of fresh pineapple. Their sleep improved because they were no longer waking up every hour. Their flow became stronger and smoother. The pressure eased. The anxiety lifted. They finally felt like something was working. I remember one patient, a proud, quiet man who had long stopped believing anything could help him. He told me he felt embarrassed to talk about his symptoms, ashamed of how small his world had become. A man who once ran marathons now avoided leaving his house because he could not trust his bladder. And after years of disappointment, he tried this simple pairing, a teaspoon of turmeric with a bowl of fresh pineapple in the morning. When he returned to my office, he sat down and said nothing at first. Then tears filled his eyes. For the first time in years, he slept through the night. He said it felt like getting his life back. That is the power of absorption. Not theory, not hype. Real life-changing results for men who refuse to give up. And this only works with real pineapple, not canned fruit soaked in syrup, not dried fruit layered in sugar, not pineapple flavoring. You need the real enzymes, untouched by heat, which is why fresh or frozen pineapple is essential. A small bowl a day, or a few chunks blended into a smoothie with turmeric and oat milk, can change everything. And when men experience this shift, they often ask me one question with new hope in their voice. If pineapple can do this much, what else can amplify turmeric even further? The answer is yes. There is another partner far more powerful than fruit, something that can carry curcumin like a vehicle straight into the tissues that need healing most. In the next section, I am going to reveal a nutrient that turns turmeric into a potent delivery system capable of reaching your prostate with real force. If you have been waiting for a breakthrough, it is coming right now. Stay with me. 7. The second powerful partner. Healthy fats as the delivery vehicle. What I am about to tell you may completely reshape everything you thought you knew about turmeric. Because even if you avoid the 3 dangerous foods we discussed, and even if you add pineapple to increase absorption, turmeric still cannot reach its full healing potential unless it has the right partner to carry it through the body. The second powerful partner that can transform turmeric from weak and ineffective into a targeted prostate-supporting force is healthy fat. And without it, most of the curcumin that finally makes it into your digestive system will still fail to reach your bloodstream, no matter how pure or expensive your supplement may be. Curcumin is fat-soluble, which means it cannot travel through the bloodstream effectively unless it attaches to a lipid molecule. Think of healthy fat as the vehicle that transports curcumin where it needs to go. Without that vehicle, curcumin is stranded, unable to move, unable to reach the prostate, unable to calm inflammation. And for too many men, this is the silent reason turmeric never delivers the relief they desperately need. They are swallowing hope, but nothing is reaching the destination. I remember sitting with a man in his late 60s, strong, disciplined, the kind of man who always did everything right. He had been taking turmeric for months without results. His frustration was deep, and he feared the window for improvement was closing. When I asked how he took his turmeric, he told me he swallowed it with water on an empty stomach. At that moment, the sadness in his eyes was overwhelming, because he realized he had not failed. His method had failed him. We changed one thing. He began taking turmeric with a meal containing healthy fats, extra virgin olive oil, avocado, coconut milk, or a handful of walnuts. And within weeks, his urgency softened, his stream returned with more strength, and he slept through the night for the first time in years. He told me he felt human again, that he finally had hope. That is the difference the right fat can make. A small amount is all it takes. A drizzle of olive oil on vegetables seasoned with turmeric, a smoothie with turmeric and avocado, golden milk made with coconut milk. Even just taking your supplement with a meal that includes nuts. These fats are not the enemy like industrial seed oils. They do not inflame or intensify symptoms. They support cellular repair, strengthen circulation, and help curcumin reach deep into the pelvic region where prostate healing begins. And here is the most powerful part. When turmeric is combined with both bromelain from fresh pineapple and healthy fats, absorption skyrockets. Instead of 1%, your body finally has access to the extraordinary anti-inflammatory potential that has helped so many men regain control and comfort. But there is one more partner in this healing equation, something gentle, soothing, and profoundly supportive for men with sensitive digestion and chronic oxidative stress. It is simple, natural, and has been used for centuries to bring balance to the body. And for many men, it is the ingredient that completes the transformation. In the next section, I will reveal this third partner and show you how to combine all three into a daily routine that can start reducing prostate inflammation and restoring comfort in as little as 24 hours. Keep watching. The breakthrough is almost here. 8. The third powerful partner, the soothing support of raw honey. What I am about to say may completely shift your understanding of how turmeric should be used, because the third powerful partner that elevates turmeric's healing potential is not a supplement or a complex medical tool. It is something so simple, so ancient, and so profoundly effective that many people overlook it entirely. The third partner that helps turmeric support prostate comfort more deeply is raw honey, pure, unprocessed honey in its natural state. And before you doubt it, understand this: raw honey is not sugar. It behaves differently in the body, supports digestion rather than hurting it, and can create the ideal environment for curcumin to finally do its job. The digestive tract of a man over 60 is far more sensitive than it once was. Years of stress, medication use, reduced enzyme levels, and natural aging weaken the gut lining. Inflammation in the digestive system is one of the biggest obstacles preventing the absorption of curcumin. If the gut is irritated, stressed, or inflamed, it rejects nutrients instead of receiving them. Many men stop using turmeric not because it fails, but because it causes stomach discomfort, nausea, or digestive upset. They assume the turmeric itself is the problem, when in truth, the problem is the environment the turmeric enters. This is where raw honey becomes a powerful ally. Raw honey contains natural enzymes, antioxidants, and prebiotic compounds that soothe the digestive tract, reduce irritation, and support healthy gut bacteria, the very organisms that influence how much healing power your body can absorb. When combined with turmeric, raw honey acts like a calming guide, helping curcumin settle gently into the system rather than being pushed away. It slows the passage of curcumin through digestion, allowing more time for absorption. Instead of inflammation blocking the pathway, the gut becomes receptive, and when the gut is calm, curcumin can reach the bloodstream, travel to the prostate, and begin the deeply needed work of reducing inflammation, easing pressure, and restoring flow. I have witnessed men break down in relief when they discover this. One patient told me he felt like turmeric was working against him, causing discomfort he could not explain. When we added a teaspoon of raw honey to his evening turmeric routine, everything changed. The irritation vanished, his sleep improved, his urgency softened. He finally felt hope again. He said the sensation was like his body stopped fighting and started cooperating. Raw honey is not about sweetness. It is about restoration, about creating internal harmony, about allowing your body to receive healing instead of rejecting it, just a small amount. A teaspoon in warm golden milk at night or mixed with turmeric and warm water can transform your experience. But understanding these three partners is only the beginning, because the real transformation happens when we put them together into a simple, daily routine designed specifically for aging men who need real results, not empty promises. In the next section, I will walk you step by step through a prostate-smart turmeric routine you can begin within the next 24 hours, one that has changed the lives of so many of my patients. Stay close. This is where everything comes together. 9. The truth about timing. Why when you take turmeric matters more than how much you take. What I'm about to reveal may shock you, because most men believe that the key to making turmeric work is simply taking a higher dose. They think that if they just take more capsules or drink more turmeric tea, they'll finally see results. But the truth is brutally simple and often overlooked. The timing of when you take turmeric can determine whether it heals your prostate or whether it passes right through your body unused. Many older men unknowingly take turmeric at the exact wrong time of day, when the digestive system is most stressed and least capable of absorbing curcumin, and when that happens, the body rejects the healing potential before it ever has a chance to reach the prostate. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture a man in his early 70s, struggling each night with constant trips to the bathroom, the embarrassment of weak flow, and the fear of waking his spouse again and again. He is doing everything right, taking supplements, exercising, watching what he eats, but still, the nights remain long and painful. He tells himself turmeric just doesn't work anymore. He believes his body has failed him. But what if the truth is that he has simply been taking it at the wrong time? What if the difference between suffering and relief is not the product, but the schedule? For men over 60, the digestive system slows dramatically in the evening. This is not a flaw. It is the body's way of preparing to repair and restore tissue overnight. During sleep, inflammation naturally lowers, blood flow improves, and the body enters a healing state. That is why nighttime is the most powerful moment to take turmeric, especially for the prostate. When taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed, combined with healthy fats and soothing partners like honey, turmeric enters the bloodstream gradually, without competition from other foods. It travels during the hours when your prostate is under less pressure, your bladder is calmer, and your nervous system is relaxed. This is the moment when curcumin can access the tissues most affected by inflammation and fluid buildup. It is the reason why countless men who felt hopeless suddenly begin sleeping through the night again, not because they changed the supplement, but because they changed the timing. I have seen men regain confidence, dignity, and peace because of this one adjustment. They describe the feeling of waking up with a stronger stream, fewer bathroom trips, and less burning or pressure. One man sat in my office with tears in his eyes and said, "I thought my body was gone, but it turns out I was just working against it." That is the power of understanding timing instead of fighting it. But there is one more crucial factor that separates men who truly heal from those who continue to struggle. It's the difference between results that last and results that fade. And unless you understand this next piece, even perfect timing and perfect combinations will still fall short. In the next section, I'm going to reveal the one mistake that silently destroys progress and keeps men trapped in the cycle of prostate inflammation. Stay with me. This is the turning point. 10. The silent mistake that destroys everything. Consistency. Most men have no idea that the single biggest reason turmeric fails is not the dose, not the brand, not even whether they take it with the right foods. The real failure, the silent mistake that destroys progress, is inconsistency. Missing days, starting strong and then stopping when life gets busy, expecting transformation without commitment. I need you to hear this clearly. Even the most powerful natural solution in the world cannot help you if it is not given time to build up in your system. And for men over 60, whose bodies heal more slowly than they once did, consistency is not optional. It is everything. I have watched countless men lose hope because they believed turmeric doesn't work. They tried it for 3 days, maybe a week, maybe 10 days, and when they didn't feel a miracle, they quit. They gave up right before their body began repairing the inflammation that has been building silently for years. Most prostate problems do not appear overnight. They are the result of decades of pressure, swelling, tissue damage, hormonal shifts, and reduced circulation. And yet, men expect a lifetime of buildup to disappear in a weekend. They get discouraged, frustrated, and ashamed. They convince themselves they are broken, when in truth, they simply never gave healing a fair chance. Let me share something deeply personal. A patient named Robert, 71 years old, sat across from me with tears streaming down his face. He told me he was exhausted from waking up 6 times a night, exhausted from feeling less of a man, exhausted from pretending everything was fine. He tried turmeric before and stopped because he felt nothing. When I explained that consistency was the key, his first reaction wasn't anger, it was grief. He whispered, "So you're telling me I walked away right before I could have gotten better?" He committed to taking his turmeric routine every night without fail. 1 teaspoon of turmeric, black pepper, warm milk, and raw honey before bed. After 10 days, nothing changed. After 15, nothing changed. But on day 22, something shifted. He slept 5 hours straight for the first time in 3 years. A month later, he was sleeping through almost every night. His urgency softened, his confidence returned. He told me he felt hope again, and his wife said she had gotten her husband back. Not because he found a different miracle product, but because he stayed consistent long enough to let his body rebuild. So if you have been struggling, if you feel discouraged or betrayed by your own body, listen to me carefully. You are not weak, you are not hopeless, and you are not done. Your healing is waiting on the other side of commitment. Take what you have learned today, the foods to avoid, the powerful partners to embrace, the timing that matters, the routine that works, and give it time. Give it your patience. Give it your consistency. Do it for 28 days and watch what begins to transform. Your prostate does not define your manhood. Your willingness to fight for your health does. And today, right now, you have a choice. You can continue suffering in silence, or you can decide that this is the moment everything changes. I believe in you. I have seen men rise from situations far worse than yours. Your story is not over. It is just beginning. Stay strong, stay committed, and I promise your body will thank you.